What's up, traders? Just one trade today on DXC. We finally got that test that we were looking for with this strategy, so let's get to it. See DXC on the scanner here. It's not alerting yet, but ooh. There we go. Gonna start one higher because this thing's moving. Just start it there. Got 98. Nice quick move here. Volume out of nowhere, so it's one of those ones that this could definitely continue. That's why we started it at the next slot up, because this was squeezing pretty tight already on the scale. Looks like Brian and GDT are in this with us. Ooh, nice little shot up there. Up through 2130, we'll look to get an add. Actually, the halt's sitting there at 2173. Here we go. Look at this thing. Our add there. Got it right at 30. Puts our average at 2114. So our next add will be for 2, which will be 20 in this case. 10, 10, 20. 1, 1, 2. You can see it's definitely alerting on the scanner now. This thing's going a little bananas. So if we would have waited for it to alert, we would have been in up near this price instead of that first entry at 21. Obviously put our orders out there just in case it wants to flush. All right, through 50, be looking for our 2-part, or at least our first one. Here we go, and through. Hit it there. Actually got filled at 60. It's actually going right up to this halt price at 73. Let's see what it does here. Oh, the halt price moved up to 95. There it goes. Probably be looking for 22 for the next add here. Another 2. Came right back down to 50. So our average is now at 2137. I'll put these out at 2115. So we're in 112 right now. Not a horrible average considering where 50% is looking. VWAP's still all the way down there under 21. All right, through 50. Just trying to see what it does if it gets through 50. It only went through temporarily. It's getting bought back up here. Very nice and extended move. Obviously on probably some kind of news. It was volume out of absolutely nowhere. I'm going to get an add here at 61. Feels a little toppy. It tried to go back towards high of day. Couldn't quite get there. So it brings our average up to 2145. So we'll put those 20 that we just added out here at 2130. It's having trouble getting back through 2150 though. So now we're in 1122. So we got 6 of our total 20. So our next add is definitely going to be for 4. So we'll put them at 40. Here we go. Coming up right to a halt at 2195 again. There it is. See if we can test there, but we're going to get one add in at 85. And then look to get one over 22 if it gets there. So now our average is up at 2161. Not going to lie, at this point I would love to see it go through 22. We can get one more add. And that would be pretty extended. Our average is actually a little better than Brian's at the moment. We still got all our orders out there to take profit on the way down if it wants to get there, but we're going to take them away because we're most likely going to take a little bit more off if it does get up here, because it does seem to be having some issues up here. So we'll put in for, we have 100 total shares right now, so we'll put out 75 at that 21.51, and then we'll look to put the other 25 a little bit lower. Put them here at 40. Yeah, so if we get the flush through 50. But honestly, like I said, I'd love to see this shoot through 22, get us one more add. Looks like it wants to try. Here we go. Let's get that FOMO pop through 22. Not quite. Come on. Come on. Trying again. I only got the 99. There it is. Come on, let's get a push. Here we go, here we go, here we go. There we go. All right, we're gonna get it there. Got it at 11. That was the push we were waiting for. That one last little FOMO push. So now we're in 112244. So now we're going to move those 100 shares up. Our average is now at 75. We'll put these at 65, and then we'll put the rest a little bit lower. There we go, getting a quick move back down through 22. Don't necessarily want this to be too quick. Just putting the other orders out just in case. Oh, just one more order. I got it split. Got 140 shares, got 100 there at 65, and then the other 40 at 52. Because if it comes down too quick, the odds are you might get a bounce. Coming down to our average. Yeah, so this is a quick move. The odds are we're going to bounce back up. And a really quick move. We might end up taking at least half off here if we get down to our average. Just to reduce the risk, because the odds are this thing is going to bounce. It's looking like it's trying to bounce right here. Right above our average, of course. Give us that one more little push down there, 65. It's all 73. 75 again. There we go, but below our average. It's just kind of teeter-totter in there. We're going to take 50% to play it safe. So we took 50% out, basically break even. Yeah, we got it at 75. Our average is actually just a tad over 75, so gave us 20 cents realized there. We're going to put the rest out here a little bit lower though, and there's the bounce that we were talking about. Figuring this is going to at least bounce up there and test 22 again. That was such a quick move down. We'll put our orders out a little bit lower, so if it wants to bounce back down, but we're risking high of day now on this. There we go, coming back down. Put the order for 50 at 61, and then we'll put the other 20 under 50. Put those at 50. I don't know. Yeah, let's keep them. We'll front run it. We'll put them at 52. It does seem to want to find support there. We're going to go coming back down. There we go. See if we can get the flush through to 61. 66. 63. 2 cents away there. Did not get the bounce that we were thinking was going to happen up towards 22. I mean, this was a really big move, so a lot of profit taking here. A lot of people up top now, a little underwater. Could get some good selling pressure here. Just looking for 61. That'll take us out of most of our position, and then we'll put the rest at break even at that point. go. So one more little push, 65, 64. Come on. Trying to be patient here. I got a feeling we're definitely going to get this 50 test again, so I'm not trying. There we go, 62, 61, we're on the bid, and there's our fill. So now we're just looking for 52 for that 50 test to get out the rest here. So we definitely risked more than we're going to make on this one, but we also had to fight this one just a little bit. So the old us would have had to have cut this one at least once, and then whether we would have got back in with size or not, who knows. So I'm pretty happy with we're going to end up green on this. We're going to cancel that. We're going to put our stop at break even. We're going to see if this thing can't get down below 50. Pretty happy with the average on this. Kind of wish it came down a little bit slower, but I mean, never going to complain that as long as it keeps coming down, I'm not going to complain. I was kind of hoping to get the 50 flush here, but we're already coming down so far. I don't want to get too greedy. Had the original order of 52. Just got my finger on the button. Trying to let this try one more time. Might just put a range order in. Put it at 47. Basically made our own range order there. So if it wants to give us the 50 flush, we can take that and be happy with it. It definitely feels like it wants to try though. It's not, the buyers are not stepping back in to make this pop up like it usually would. So it definitely feels like it wants to go lower. Here it comes, 51, 50, 49. There we go, we're through 50. 48, one more penny. I'm going to give it a sec. I got a feeling we're going to get it, but I'm not really looking to let this go back through 50. On the bid, finger on the button in case it goes back through 50. Come on, there it is. Okay, so got our fill. Nice little trade there on DXC. Cannot complain. Yeah, let me cancel that order, make sure that we don't end up getting long somehow. So yeah, that was fun. That was exactly what we were looking for. Finally got a trade that was a hard one. Is what I wouldn't say it was necessarily hard, but it was fun. It's a lot more fun when you feel like you're actually in control of it versus not being in control at all. We started that thing all the way down here at 2098, and yeah, kind of felt like we were in an okay spot the whole time. Right? We kept our average up, and yeah, that was a lot of fun. All right, traders. So where do we start with this DXC? We started it a little early. And yeah, this thing came out of nowhere. I still didn't even look up what the news was, but obviously there was some news. Take a look at this volume spike. But yeah, I wish we wouldn't have covered out half our position there, but it started to bounce. It was finding support right at our average. Of course, it couldn't be down here around like 60 or so to give us a little bit more profit on the full size. We ended up taking half off here, but we did, just before we get ahead of ourselves, we scaled into this 1, 1, 2, 2, 4, 4. So we got to, let's do the math. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 2 is 4, plus 2 is 6, plus 4 is 10, plus 4 is 14. So we actually still had, out of the 20 total, we still had 6 left. And I feel like I didn't do a great job. Thomas actually had mentioned this too on Friday night, kind of explaining what we're looking for. But we're looking for the overall number to hit 20 in the aspect of, before we were using 1, 1, 2. So that's 4, right? 1 plus 1 plus 2 is 4. So we're taking that same share size, and instead of splitting it by 4, so let's just say we took 100 shares, split that by 4, that means your starter would be 25 shares. Now, if you take, let's use 1,000 because it'll be a little easier to break down. So 1,000 shares, it would be 500 and then 250, 250, right? So that'd be 1, 1, 2. Now, if you break that down by 20, you divide 1,000 by 20, you get 20 shares as your starter. So then it would be 20, 20, 40, and then that would be the 112. But as you can see, 20/20/40, that's only 80 shares out of 1,000. So you would still have 920 shares to apply to this stock as you see fit. Now, the point behind that is so that you can keep your average up, and that was exactly what we did. We actually ended up with our average being here at 75. So if you can get your average up here at 75 and start it all the way down here, that's not that bad, right? That's almost as good as if you started it up here around 2150 and added into it through 22 with like 112. But it allows you to be a little bit early, and if for some reason this ends up being like the top of the move, yes, you're going to make less money because you don't get to scale in a lot of the times, but it allows you to fight the stock just a little bit on a move that looks like this, right? These are the only times you want to fight a stock that looks like this, and it wasn't even really a fight. It was just a nice continued squeeze, right? These are the ones that it's okay to scale into a position, a planned position. We didn't even get full size, right? We only got to 14 out of 20. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 4, and 4, right? That equals 14 out of the 20 that we're looking to. Now, how you get there is completely up to you, right? If we hit 1, 1, 2, and then like say we really were convinced that this was the backside, we could hit it for like 10 here, right? So 1, 1, 2, that's 4, and we could hit it for 10. It's going to bring our average way up, but that's going to be 14 of the 20. Or you could break it down. So 1, 1, 2 is 4, so that leaves you with 16. And you could technically, the next one, hit it for 8, and then hit it for 8 again. And that's going to bring your average way up, and that would get you at full size. So whether it takes you, 8, 9, 10 entries to get to that 20, or if it only takes you 4 or 5 entries, that's completely up to you. It really goes down to how well you're reading the stock and what it's doing. And for me right now, I'm just toying with the idea of going 1, 1, 2 and then getting that second 2 just to get the average back up there. And then if I have to, then doubling again and going that route. So 1, 1, and then so almost like 2 entries at each level just to really get that average up, and it gives me a little bit more leeway. And if I really had to get full size, I had one more entry to hit with 6, and it would have brought my average up even more. So pretty happy with how I played that, minus just the unlucky factor that it tried to bounce on such a quick flush down to right to our average. So we took half off to play it safe because we didn't want to go back to high of day with full size and have to stop out there. So really that was kind of the one downfall of this trade. But then as you can see, we were a little bit more patient with the rest of this, and it just didn't really want to bounce. I thought we were going to at least bounce up there to 22, never quite got there, and it just kind of consolidated, went even a little bit lower before deciding to try to consolidate and go back up. So can't complain about the trade. It was the only trade we had today. Really wasn't too much else that I liked. I think VRA was the other one that went into a halt, and we were going to hit this up at above 750 out of the halt, but never quite got there. So was a little frustrated there. That was also a little bit of a lower float, so that's why I was being a little bit more careful with it. This was a line right off the daily, as you can see. Got used as resistance here as well as support over here. So I was pretty stoked about that area being used as resistance again, and I was okay playing it up to that next level. And unfortunately, we just didn't get there. So that was it, guys. DXC. 1 for 1. If you have any questions or comments, leave those down below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I always appreciate that support. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.